We've reached a point in the real estate market where it feels like we're at a standoff. Sellers not willing to settle for the offers that they're receiving, and buyers unable to bid any higher because their pre-approvals get lower with each interest rate increase. So what does this mean and where is this going? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video, including an update on the Oshawa and Durham Region market and what to do if you're buying or selling a home in this market. My name is Jessie McLellan and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario. And if you want to stay up to date on what's going on in my service area of Durham Region and the GTA, then please subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. You can also use the link in the description to schedule a call with me at a time that works best for you. Many homeowners in Durham Region, and I imagine many other markets too, are holding off on selling their properties. Maybe it's interest rates, maybe it's their home values decreasing, and maybe they did put it up and only got lowball offers. There's a variety of reasons. Buyers, on the other hand, though, have repeatedly had their pre-approvals decrease as interest rates went up this year, which caused the drop in home prices. But we've reached this point where buyers have a number that they're willing to pay for a house, and sellers have a number that they're willing to accept, and those numbers in some cases are pretty far apart, and neither side is budging. All of this means that the number of transactions that are happening each month is very low compared to the last few years. In October, Durham Region saw 632 transactions, which is considerably lower than the last 3 Octobers, where we saw close to or over 1,000 transactions. And it's not just the number of transactions that are down, it's the number of new listings coming to the market as well. This is important to note because these price decreases are not happening due to a sudden influx of inventory, but rather because buyers are qualifying for less due to rapidly rising interest rates. If rates continued to rise rapidly and we were to hit a point where more homeowners felt financial pressure to sell their homes, it could result in an increase in supply and likely another drop in prices. Obviously, seeing more power of sales or even having homeowners feeling pressure to sell their homes due to affordability issues is not ideal, but there are a few actions homeowners can take if they really need to. One of which would be restructuring their mortgage and extending their amortization period to 30 years to help with monthly costs. It's possible that at the end of next year or at the beginning of 2024, we start to see rates lower again, so it's not all doom and gloom. Though no one knows what's going to happen for sure, I am really interested to see how the rest of this year plays out though. The number of new listings and sales has been low for our fall market, and we usually see things slow down in December. Statistically, that's also when buyers can get the best deals because homeowners who are selling in December are typically motivated and need to sell their home. But this year, October had a lower number of sales than the past 2 Decembers. So I wonder how much more it will slow down this year and if we will still see really great opportunities for buyers looking to purchase in December, or if things will pretty much grind to a halt until the new year. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now I'd like to quickly jump into the home sale prices in Durham Region, and then we'll talk about navigating this market and what to know if you're buying or selling a home or you just want to be informed. Durham Region saw the average home price decrease by about $22,000, bringing it down to roughly $893,000. Most areas remained stable or had small decreases, but Ajax actually saw an increase in its average sale price. Oshawa saw the average price decrease to $782,000, which is about a $40,000 drop from September. With the low number of transactions, it causes some categories to show massive increases or decreases in price, but it really is just because some of the categories had a really low number of reported sales for the area and style of home. Instead of diving too deep into the numbers this month, I'll leave you with my thoughts on navigating this market if you're a home buyer or a seller. So if you're buying a home right now and it's your first home, there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is you've essentially timed the market, which every expert and professional in the industry will tell you not to try and do, but you just so happen to be ready to purchase at a time when the market's about 25% or more down from where it was at the peak. The bad news is that by the time you close on your purchase, it's likely that the home will be worth less than what you paid for it. But this is not me telling you to wait, because although prices may be a little bit less expensive, there's no certainty that interest rates will stay the same. It's actually very possible that your monthly mortgage payment ends up being more expensive because of the increased rate, even with a dip in prices. For example, the interest rate has increased twice since August, but the average price of a home in Oshawa has only decreased by $14,000. If you're someone who is ready to buy, but you're waiting for interest rates to drop, here's a couple things to consider. There are a lot of buyers who are waiting for interest rates to drop, and if they were to suddenly drop again, there would be a sudden shock of demand and prices would go back up. What's more likely to happen is that when the Bank of Canada determines that keeping high rates is no longer necessary because inflation is not out of control, they'll likely lower the interest rates in smaller increments over a longer period of time, not like the drastic increases that we saw this year. When rates eventually begin to decrease again, and everybody has their opinion on when they think that time might be, it will most likely drop over a longer period of time, and prices will slowly increase over that period of time as well. So once you see a rate that seems more affordable, it's likely that the prices will adjust back up accordingly because there is still an underlying supply issue. If you have purchased a home earlier this year, it's likely worth less now than when you purchased it. The good news is if you're able to hold on to the property and continue to make payments, this will likely just be a blip on the chart in a few years. Owning real estate has always been a safer bet long term. If you bought a pre-construction home that hasn't been completed yet and you're concerned about it or you're thinking of selling it, I would honestly probably try and hold on to it and avoid doing an assignment sale. Now, I do know people who have made a bunch of money off of assignments, but I honestly don't think that this is the market for it. Even in a seller's market, they can take longer to sell. They can sit on the market for a very long time, and it's not uncommon to see assignment sales on MLS for 100+ days. And you may have difficulty getting an offer from a buyer that you want to work with. Buyers, especially right now, are trying to be extra cautious, and they would be trying to anticipate where the prices might be once the project is completed. And truth be told, nobody knows. And to help mitigate that risk, they would likely make a lower offer. Now, if you can, it would likely be prudent to wait until it's built. And if you have to sell it, then at least you have a brand new, beautiful, shiny physical asset that people can come and view in person and can be staged and marketed correctly. If you're trying to downsize or sell your home completely to cash out for retirement, you have to weigh out your options and decide, do you want to sell now? Or is it worth waiting for a couple years and seeing where prices are at? Not everyone is able to wait, and there's no guarantee that prices will go up significantly then either, but I don't expect home prices to go up significantly in the short term. Buyers who are trying to move up in the market, I've been saying this for months now, but there are still some really great opportunities out there for you. It's a lot easier now to get an offer with conditions accepted, and you might consider putting in a condition on the sale of your home too. There's lots of benefits for those moving up in the market right now. If you have any questions about what your options are, you can always use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works for you. I hope you found this video helpful, and remember to leave me a comment below and let me know your thoughts on how the rest of the year will play out in the real estate market. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!